So now next we'll discuss about artificial intelligence. Okay. Now, what is the sociological perspective on artificial intelligence? What all different theories can you think of? Durkheim anomy, okay. Anomy can be connected to artificial intelligence. How it will lead to a situation of anomy? Yeah, because according to Durkheim, rapid changes in the society will lead to anomy situation. Artificial intelligence will also bring in rapid changes in the society that can also make people into a situation of or into a kind of anomy situation. Right. So that can be mentioned. You can connect that. Then alienation. Okay. As I mentioned, same concepts will start repeating. Okay, alienation, anomy. Then you will start mentioning about Marxian perspective because those who control the technology, those who control the means of production, right, bring something new. See, if you start thinking like this, all of your answers will look same, right? The headings will be the same because it will start with anomy, alienation, Marxian perspective, feminist perspective. Social action. Okay, how you can connect social action and artificial intelligence? How can you connect these concepts? Okay, the systems approach of Parsons. Okay, agile model. Okay, where? Okay, so how will you apply artificial intelligence to that of the systems approach of Parsons? Changes in overall society is leading to changes in, okay, that becomes a bit generic. Okay, alienation may also reduce because of artificial intelligence. Okay, so how will artificial intelligence lead to reduction in alienation? Yeah, repetitive task will be taken care of by the automation process through AI. So the kind of work that will be left will be something that requires some level of human innovation, creativity, etc. So work becomes more satisfactory, right, more engaging and enjoyable. So that will lead to a situation where people will feel less alienated. Okay, you can mention about that. Then effect on groups like women. Okay, what will be the effect of alienation on women? Women can participate more in work. Okay, how will it make it possible for women to participate more in work? Okay, so automation. That is a valid point because AI and automation will reduce the time poverty of women. Because time poverty of women is also one of the reasons why they are not able to participate effectively in the work. Okay, so that can be connected. See, something I can see is you are trying to connect the concepts that we have discussed in our first session to this session, and that is good. Okay, so as and when we start discussing more and more topics, you will get your library will expand. Okay, so it's good. So time poverty of women, especially related to automation of household chores, right? Feminist perspective, you can mention that. There. But it can also lead to existing biases can be continued, right? Say, for example, when it comes to biases, like, see, these algorithms are created by humans. So when it comes to AI, we say that it will be a dictatorship of algorithm. In that dictatorship of algorithm, the existing biases in society related to race, religion, language, caste, status, etc., gender. Yeah, you can mention about that. Existing biases, you can mention the examples where these algorithms are set by men. As a result, it will show biases towards women. I think I have mentioned an example related to that in the last session. I don't know whether I've explained it here or not. See, there was an instance when when this AI-based voice recognition systems were being tested, it was not able to capture women's, voice recognition was not there because the system was trained using male voice. So the system was not able to capture the women's voice and they were not able to convert it into text. So such kind of biases may be reproduced in the society. So you can mention about that. Yeah, you can mention about Foucault's surveillance society, where state surveillance can increase, right? AI-based systems increase the AI camera, right? Increase the surveillance of the state. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. It can also, see, when it comes to biases, you can also mention that it can also promote certain type of interest. It's not just like, see, biases, these systems may carry biases. It may not be intentional, but intentionally it can also promote certain type of interest. So there you can mention about ideological conditioning and AI. Because when we start asking Siri or when we start asking ChatGPT regarding different, things, because people are now slowly shifting towards searching in ChatGPT instead of searching in Google, right? So as a result, it may also promote certain type of interest, certain type of ideas. So you can mention about ideological conditioning aspect of AI as well. Then, see, please note down these points. Yeah. Structural strain theory and how can you connect structural strain theory? No. Okay. Structural strain, Merton, and yeah. Okay, you can mention about new forms of deviances, right? Because when it comes to AI and AI related technology, now people can also use it for crimes and criminal activities, right? See, there was also a report regarding AI generating information and data related to the vulnerable sections, and they may utilize it for various kinds of illegal activities, right? So you can mention about AI and deviance, right? New forms of violence, new forms of crimes. It can also promote inequality in the society, or it can actually create a status quo world, or it may further the gap between the rich and the poor. Because when it comes to AI, workers and their skills may become irrelevant, right? Because AI through, automation, right? They can replace many jobs which are considered to be important now, right? There are various supermarkets who are trying to implement a model where they need not have to have any employees there, okay, by using AI, where you can just go get into that particular supermarket, you can, purchase things, all that stuff will be automated, packing will be automated, billing will be automated, you just have to make the payment at the end, you can take your stuff, you can leave, right? When it comes to that of autonomous trucks, that is also AI, right? So various repetitive jobs, which are mostly being done by low-skilled, lower sections of the society, may get replaced, which will further increase the gap between the rich and poor. Because these technologies are utilized and the benefits of these technologies are mostly going to that of the richer sections because they are controlling the technology. So that can be mentioned. Then, digital divide, you can mention again, where the current social structure or the current social inequalities may further get, aggravated intensified because of AI, right? Then any other different viewpoint? So we have covered Merton, we have covered Durkheim anomy, we have mentioned about alienation. Marx, we have mentioned not just alienation, we have also mentioned about the polarization in society, pauperization, right? These concepts are relevant. Then risk society, managing of risk. Yeah, AI can also lead to or further, intensify that risk society aspect, because AI-based systems, we don't know exactly what kind of impact it will have on overall society or environment and all, right? How it will alter environment, how it can alter various other systems. We are not very sure about that. So you can mention it is remote, but yes, you can mention. All right, clear? So the points that we have covered here, I think we have mentioned about the technological determinism theory. Technological determinism theory mentions that technology plays a crucial role in social change. They play a major role in society as well as social change, because mostly technology helps in bringing social change in society. Right? Various different types of, for example, industrialization. Right? Technological development and social change. Because of that technological development, right? Because of industrialization, several changes have happened in society, including emergence of sociology as a subject. Right? So, from a technological determinist point of view, AI can lead to various changes. See, this is something that you can mention in your introduction. Right? To start writing, before starting to write about the changes brought by AI, you can start writing about the technological determinism view and how technology is said to bring various levels of changes in society. Okay. Then from a phenomenological perspective, when we consider artificial intelligence, they believe that AI systems can understand, the data, they can understand all the stuff related to a particular thing, but they will never be able to understand the context, which can only be done by human beings. So from a phenomenological perspective, cannot replace human beings because AI can never understand the context. Right? They will see things from on the basis of the information that it have, but the context cannot be understood by that. Yeah, that is also there, because when it comes to that of the AI systems, it cannot take these kind of decisions, right? So that can also be mentioned, but mostly you have to also understand that it cannot understand the context, right? It cannot understand whether you are, the social setting cannot be fully understood by AI. It will be repeating the process based on the mechanical data that it gets, right? The mechanical examples that is, or the algorithms that it is feed in that particular system, which can only reproduce the kind of mechanical aspects, not the contextual aspect, which requires some kind of emotional understanding and stuff. Okay, so that is there. Then, from a Marxist perspective, as usual, you can mention that it can lead to further proletarianization. It can increase, inequality in the society, right? Labor process theory can also be quoted. According to labor process theory, artificial intelligence may make workers irrelevant. Workers as well as their skills become irrelevant. Then, from symbolic interactionist view, you can mention that AI may also, see, last class also I think we have discussed about identity and work. I think so, right? See, when it comes to that of work or the importance of work in society, we usually discuss about work as a form of identity, because we are all known by the work that we do, right? That is a teacher, that is an engineer, he is a doctor or she is a doctor. Now, when it comes to that of AI, what it will do is, we associate a certain level of our identity with the work, and as a result, we may sometimes find work as something which is like a means to an end rather than an end in itself. Now, AI systems will change the perspective of people towards work, right? In the last class, we were discussing about universal basic income and how it will change people's identity and how they consider work. But the same thing can also be done by AI. Because now work has become, or the repetitive works will be taken by the AI. As a result, we need to focus on those areas where there is a necessity for our expertise, where there is necessity for our creativity and stuff, right? So work will transform itself from being an end in its, from being a means to an end to that of an end in itself. Okay. So that is how we can consider work from symbolic interactions to viewpoint related to artificial intelligence. Clear? Okay. Now, when it comes to negative impacts, we have mentioned about job displacement, right? People becoming irrelevant, skills becoming irrelevant because artificial intelligence can do most of the stuff. So even various designers are also saying that their job is at the risk, right? Why? Because video editing, designing, even teaching, right? Because these are the things that can be taken up by artificial intelligence systems, right? They can effectively reproduce it. Then job expectations and requirements, meaning whatever jobs that are present, it will be of the skill requirements of such jobs will be higher. When the skill requirements of jobs go higher, it will become very difficult for those belonging to the lower sections of society to get to such jobs, because such jobs require higher level of training, which requires higher level of expenditure, which cannot be afforded by them. So as a result, you can say that job expectations and requirements may increase due to artificial intelligence, where the skill levels of workers and the expectation of skill levels of workers will be high. And for such level of skills, people will have to undergo different level of training, which will also become more expensive, and that will not be affordable and accessible for those belonging to the lower sections of society. So this is the same point related to existing social hierarchies being replicated in a different format. Okay. So same point. Then reinforces existing biases. We have already discussed that. It will worsen the current economic and social unfairness. Again, social structure will be maintained. And we need to also mention about the health application. Now, I'm specifically focusing on health application because, health is something that is, basic necessity for all human beings. Now, AI application in health can also lead to increase in inequality, right? Because high-level, precision-level treatment will be available through artificial intelligence, because there is this kind of attempts being done of robotic surgery, right? Which is less invasive, right? The treatment process will be, I think I've heard that it will be less painful. The recovery time will be less, and all those stuff is there. Now, that will only be available to the richer sections of population. So that will create already there is a divide when it comes to health services. That division will further increase due to AI systems. Okay. So health gaps can worsen because of AI. Clear?